The time is now to architect a life of excellence. What will we do? Who will we become? We decide today. This is Learn, Do, Become Radio with April and Eric Perry. Let's move onward and upward together.
Hello and welcome to Learn, Do, Become Radio. I'm April Perry, and today I'm sharing 3 audio posts from our website that will help you to hopefully become more organized and more productive, and to be able to feel successful at the end of every day. And not only to feel successful, but to be successful. Now, at Learn, Do, Become, we talk a lot about strengthening families and reaching our goals and architecting lives of excellence. But sometimes those things feel hard to do when we're sitting in the middle of clutter, or our list never gets checked off, or we just feel like, there's so much I'm not doing. So today we're going to share 3 very simple methods to be able to help you to feel like you're finally on your game. We will have links to all of the posts on our show notes page. And you can find all of our podcasts at learndobecome.com/radio. All right, the first post is called The 3-Box Method for Organizing Your Space. When we talk about getting rid of clutter and getting out of piles, a lot of times we hear people say, I don't even know where to start. So one way you can start is by collecting 3 boxes, and I'm going to share how you can do this. All right, today I'm going to share an incredibly simple way to get rid of clutter, but I need to be clear right up front. Learn, Do, Become is not a website focused on decluttering. It's about strengthening families and architecting lives of excellence. However, we've noticed that there's a huge majority of our community that is so entrenched in stuff that dreams and family goals simply don't feel attainable. We understand because we've definitely been there. But today we're going to fix that, and here's what I want you to do. Step 1, pick a space. I don't care which space it is, but just ask this. What is one space that is full of clutter and driving me crazy? Maybe it's the basement, the garage, or the master bedroom. Do you have it pictured in your mind in all its glory? Great. Step 2. Label 3 boxes. You're simply going to get 3 large boxes or trash bags, laundry baskets, or designated spaces, and you're going to label them as follows: to donate, to toss, to put somewhere else. Step 3. Pick one spot in the room and begin to work clockwise. You literally pull everything out of that first spot, something like a cupboard, a drawer, or a section of a closet, and put as much as possible into those 3 boxes. You're going to donate like crazy, because why hold on to something you don't use when it could bless someone else? You're going to toss or recycle everything you can. Yes, even that little mechanical doodad you thought you'd repair someday. And anything that really belongs in a different spot of your home is going to temporarily sit in the, quote, to put somewhere else box. This includes the streamers that belong with birthday party supplies but ended up in your kitchen cupboard. It also includes the screwdriver that is still sitting on the bathroom counter and the dishes that ended up on your nightstand. If you're having a hard time parting with your clutter, you may like Marie Kondo's advice from her book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. Simply keep the items that spark joy. Once you've put the majority of your stuff into one of those 3 boxes, you put what's left, which should be the best of the best, back into the original space, which will now seem huge and totally uncluttered. Step 4, empty the boxes. When you have completed your decluttering session, even 10 minutes is helpful, empty the boxes so they're fresh for the next time. I know this sounds overly simplistic, but it totally works. Here's a personal example. I have a reading basket that had gotten so full that I never even used it anymore. It was driving me nuts, but mentally I kept thinking I didn't have the time to clean it out. In order to personally apply what I've outlined above and show you how easy this is, I made decluttering that basket a 5-minute project this morning, and I have photos here on the post so you can see. I simply took everything out and put it into 3 piles, to donate, to toss, and to put somewhere else. And then I put back the items I actually wanted to keep in the basket. 5 minutes. Now it looks so good. And I have a picture there, you can see. I tossed or recycled the middle pile, put the 2 books to donate into our donation bags in the garage, and then assessed the, quote, to put somewhere else pile. Interestingly, half of the pile are books I want to keep or put back onto our bookshelves. The other half are books or resources that other family members stuck in the basket and then forgot about. I will ask for their help, and then that little project is done. Here are some questions you might have. What if I have a hard time getting rid of things? More on that is coming soon at Learn to Become because it's a huge issue. But I would definitely recommend Julie Morgenstern's book, Shed Your Stuff, Change Your Life, and Organizing from the Inside Out. Now, I actually did a full podcast with Julie Morgenstern here on Learn, Do, Become Radio, so you can find that going to learndobecome.com/radio. We also have a search bar on our website, so you can just search for anything that you want there on the site. The essence of those books of hers is that you can keep anything you love, but you need to understand what may be going on psychologically and train yourself to let go of all the stuff that is weighing you down. I know it's hard, but if you really want to streamline your life, it's possible to learn this skill. What if the stuff I'm organizing won't fit in a box? Yes, that will happen when you're sorting larger spaces. Simply create temporary piles and either label them with signs or make sure they're clearly defined in your head. Like cleaning the garage, that's a great example. What if the to-toss pile feels huge and can't be taken out by our weekly trash truck? If that is the case, congratulations! You may want to schedule a large item pickup with your city as soon as you see that's about to happen. We get 3 of those a year, and it feels amazing to pile all those broken things up on the curb. If I put a lot into the somewhere else box, won't that just move the clutter around? Initially, it may feel that way, but here are a few things to remember. First, you are only putting things into that pile that you love and value. Alice Osborne, author of one of my favorite books called It's Here Somewhere, suggests you ask these questions. Do I like it? Do I use it? Do I need it? Do I have room for it? The things you're putting somewhere else are keepers, and you'll have space soon. Second, you're going to put these things where they make sense. I don't know why we do this, but we end up sticking random items into random places and then we can never find them. As I'm putting things into better spots, I ask myself, if I were to look for this, where would I go? That question is super helpful. Third, if you move that item to a spot you haven't yet decluttered, it will feel like one more thing heaped onto the pile. But that's only temporary. Once you get to that spot and do the 3-box sorting method there, those items will be some of the select few that will stay. Here's the thing. You have important things to do, and clutter doesn't need to stand in your way. There are much better uses for your physical and mental energy. I'm excited to see how this process works for you. And here's your Learn, Do, Become challenge. Take 1 space in your home or office and try this method today. Let us know how it goes. All right, on to post number 2. This one is called Want to Calm Your Mind? Close the Open Loops. Have you ever gotten back from a trip or jumped back into work after a busy weekend and your mind felt like a mess? Sometimes it feels like there is way too much to do and you simply don't have the energy to do it. Today I'm going to bring you into my life and show you exactly, step by step, how to get out of this frenzied state and totally calm your mind. Because I'm in that mess right now. I've literally replicated this method hundreds of times, and it always works. This is simply a process of closing the open loops. So what's an open loop? I first learned about these from David Allen's bestseller, Getting Things Done. Essentially, they're commitments made to yourself or to another person that haven't yet been fulfilled. They're hanging out in limbo, your brain, and they essentially drain your energy without you even realizing it. Like when you have a bunch of apps open on your phone at the same time. Here are my current open loops. I have 65 emails needing my attention. Most of them are quick, but some of them represent bigger challenges I need to resolve. My good friend is moving this week, and I told her I would help her, but we never decided when. I finished a Q&A class the other day with a group Eric and I mentor, and I need to post the recording and a bunch of links that go with it. Our car is atrocious after driving 10 plus hours with our 4 children, and there are a few things in the trunk that need to be carefully stored in the garage, but I need to find a place for them first. Eric and I are diving deep into YNAB, You Need a Budget, and working really well together on our budget. But I haven't put in any of the quarterly or semi-annual billings, and I need his help. I also forgot to log the receipts for purchases I made yesterday because my phone battery was low and I didn't want to use it while I was out and about. I told the piano teacher I would send him his payment this month via PayPal because I was out of checks, but my new PayPal account required me to wait 2 days before I could link my bank account, and I think it should be ready now. I'm podcasting with Jonathan Baylor for the Sane Show this Friday, and we were originally going to have Aaliyah on the show, but she's going to be at a conference, so I need to figure out new topics. I spent the whole vacation brainstorming amazing goals and ideas into a spiral notebook, and I'm dying to get them into Asana, which I'm currently using for task management, but I need quiet time, and there simply hasn't been enough. I have a podcast with Greg McKeown, author of Essentialism, ready to go. But 16 different things need to happen for each podcast, and I want to type out the steps and create a replicable process for future podcasts, so this is kind of waiting until I have time. Eric and I are redoing our shopping cart, and we need to figure out our pricing structure on a couple of products, but I don't quite know how to make that decision. Okay, there's a lot of stuff there, right? There are a couple of other things weighing on me as well, but they're a little too personal to record here, so I'll just leave it at that. I'm guessing the open loops I listed above parallel your open loops. Our lives are unique, but most of us have a huge list of things on our minds. So what do we do about them? My first instinct is to climb back into bed and watch When Calls the Heart. Eric laughs at that show. He won't watch it with me. I think it's cute. But that won't solve the issue. Instead, I'm going to make a plan that I know I can execute. Step 1. Identify what can be done in 2 minutes or less. David Allen's 2-minute rule says that when you have a 2-minute task, you don't write it down on a task list, you just do it. I can text my friend and tell her I'm free tonight from 6 to 8 to help her move. Done. I just did it while I wrote this post, and she texted me back to confirm. I can log the 2 receipts from yesterday. Done. It was actually 3, and now they're all set. I can log into PayPal and see if my bank information is ready. Done. I had to quickly log into my bank as well to see which test deposits they made, and then the whole process was finished. I can quickly let our wonderful assistant Danielle know about the Sane Show topics I need. She's already planning to gather questions from the Sane Family's Facebook group, so this should be easy. Done. And as I was typing out the email, I realized there was one show Jonathan and I didn't get to last time we recorded that is already outlined in our Google Doc. Yay! This is going to be easy. Just a little side note, the sanesolution.com is Jonathan Baylor's, and he wrote a book called The Calorie Myth, which totally changed my life so I don't ever have to be hungry again and I can eat healthy foods. So we have a Sane Families program here at Learn, Do, Become. If you go check out our programs page or just go to learndobecome.com/sane, you can hear more about it. I used to not eat and I was so tired and cranky, and now I get to eat a whole lot of good healthy food. So go check that out. All right, step 2, figure out what can be delegated. This part can get a little tricky because you might not have anyone else to help you right now. And even if you can delegate part of a project, you still own the project. It also feels a bit overwhelming because delegation can take time, and if you don't have time, you think, I'll just do it myself. Danielle and I share tasks with each other in Asana. So for something like posting the links from the Q&A call, I simply outline all the details, select Danielle as a designee for that step, and give it a Friday deadline. I don't need a calendar trigger to follow up because Danielle is 100% trustworthy. And I have a little screenshot there on the post showing what that looks like inside of Asana. We've added a lot of Asana resources to the website lately, so if you just go search Asana in the search bar on learndobecome.com, you can find more on that. Next, I'd like a couple of my children to help clean out the car before we go on an outing today. So I'm going to make a note in my planner to work with them after breakfast. There's a little appointment schedule in my paper planner where I record quick things to do around the house or with the children. I only use this tool for my home-related tasks because I don't like to always be on my phone. For me, work is digital and home is paper for now. Step 3, block out time for key discussions. Eric and I work from home together, and although we have an outing planned with the children this morning, we'll be back in the office this afternoon. That would be a good time to talk with him about the YNAB categories and next steps on establishing our pricing structure. Plus, we need to finish up a worksheet we've been filling out for an online course we're taking. I put all of that into a task in Asana with a deadline of 3 p.m. today. And I have a little screenshot to show you what that looks like. Step 4, identify the best time to work on bigger projects. Looking at my initial list of overwhelm, the only things left are getting my emails to 0, figuring out when to post Greg McEwen's interview, and putting all of my ideas into Asana. Eric and our girls are going to be involved in a big conference this weekend at church, so I'm actually going to have quite a bit of time to do computer work while they're gone. I'm going to wait until then to work on our content calendar and put my ideas from my notebook into Asana. I'll record 2 triggers in Asana right now so I won't forget to do those things on Friday. The emails to 0 can be started right now. I'll go through a similar process of completing the 2-minute ones right away, delegating what I can, creating agendas and discussion items, and noting details for project-related emails within Asana. All emails that are linked to a task, discussion, or project are referenced alongside the task itself and added to my @Tickler folder. So I'll write something like see email 7-12 @Tickler, where they will wait patiently until they are needed. That way, my inbox stays at 0. You have a lot coming at you, I get it. And while no day ever goes exactly as planned, when your brain knows that there's a plan in place to review and accomplish the tasks and projects on your plate, your mind will feel calm. No more open loops and no more anxiety over those to-dos. It's a little piece of heaven every day. Now, this post directly explains what we do inside of our Steps to Everyday Productivity program. If you want to learn more about that, you can go to learndobecome.com/step program, all one word, STEP program. Also, we have a free emails to 0 resource right now. So if you go to learndobecome.com/inbox-0, that will take you to a page where you can learn how you can get your emails to 0. So hopefully that will be helpful to you. All right, final post is written by Danielle Porter. She's one of our team members here at Learn, Do, Become. And it's called Secrets to Your Happy Success List. Working from a solid next actions list is one of the most basic components of the STEP system here at Learn, Do, Become. This context-based list, organized with the 5 categories of home, computer, phone calls, errands, and items to discuss, keeps me keyed in on what needs to be done within the week, and it's not calendar specific, so I can get things done on my terms. I create this powerful list during my weekly review, choosing only the most necessary tasks that will leverage my projects and general life needs, and I refer to it daily. It feels amazing to wrap up each week having accomplished most, if not all, of the items on my list. If you're interested in your own next actions list, we have a free download associated with this post. So you can search Happy Success List in our search bar, or we'll have the link on the show notes page of this podcast episode. Continuing on, Danielle's words. Many days, however, I am doing quite a bit, but not getting things done like I had planned. I often run my pen down the list in my planner without making a single check mark. Sound familiar? I discovered that very often life was getting in the way of my tasks. Instead of efficiently running to the bank, grocery store, and library, my errand time escaped while chatting with a friend who dropped by. Rather than filing papers and organizing the closet like planned, I found myself reading books to my toddler. The time dedicated to catching up on emails was replaced with enjoying a walk with my family on an early spring day. While I didn't regret these beautiful opportunity costs, I wasn't feeling fulfilled by them. In the moment, I didn't see them as truly valuable, only that they were taking up space for what needed to get done. I felt a little cheated on both sides. Not only was I not getting everything done, but I wasn't even fully experiencing the things I could be enjoying. I determined to start noting the things I was doing, even if those experiences weren't previously defined. What started as a slowly growing grateful list in the back of my planner turned into a daily log of happy success moments, listed directly to the right of my next actions list. She has a picture here showing on the left is her next actions list, all the things that she needs to do, right? Phone calls, scanning in pictures, emails, things like that. And then on the right, her happy success, things that she did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and she keeps a list. And I'll explain more about that as I continue to read her post. This simple act is changing how I get things done. I am filled with more feelings of abundance in completing tasks that matter. I am savoring the important but not productive experiences. I am loving it. I continue to check in on my next actions list throughout the day, and then at night I take a few minutes to review things I can add to my happy success list. My notes are realistic and never glamorous. I have listed things such as the following. Listened to a child without interrupting. Took a deep breath when I wanted to stress. Stayed up past my goal bedtime to chat with husband. Only got upset one time with a particular child today. Brushed my teeth an extra time just because it felt good. Said a prayer for a stranger. Actually looked at my food before I ate it and took time to enjoy it. Listened to my favorite playlist. Noticed good energy from my breakfast smoothie. Wrote a quick thank you email to a teacher. Now that both lists are equally utilized, I'm feeling both the thrill of completing next actions and also recognizing and looking for ways to strengthen relationships, take care of myself, and enjoy life more fully. Try it. If your to-do list is too long and you're finding you can't seem to keep up, check out how we can help you create your own context-based next actions list. We have a free class linked there. It's the learndobecome.com/step. And pair this with your own happy success list, and you'll be unstoppable and happier. So you go to that post. We have a really cute download of the next actions list and happy success list, a little printable. You could either print it to fit in the size of a paper planner, or you could laminate it and have it on your desk, or you could just try it, use it once or twice and kind of get in the habit. But hopefully that'll be fun. What I love are the comments on this post. We have, I think, 50 comments right now. So fun. People sharing. Like Linda says, a failing student came by after school, past the time when I wanted to leave. I worked with that student for several minutes. I was not impatient for interfering with my garden plans. Like, I love that. Another one says, I donated a fruit tray to the middle school teachers' luncheons today and signed up to help cover recess for my elementary school kids for an hour and to help walk kids to the pool on Friday. The trip to the store and time spent volunteering sometimes makes me automatically think of everything I won't get done because I'm doing those things. But deep down, volunteering fills me up emotionally. I know really I'll be more productive in the long run. I'll try your list out. Thanks for sharing. Another one says, from Lisa, says, talk to my daughter who has been having severe anxiety. According to research, hearing your mom's voice has a similar effect to getting a hug. Since she lives far away, I could give her a hug by phone. Okay, that brought tears to my eyes. Danielle replied to that and says, "This is real and exactly what matters most. Thanks for sharing, Lisa." And then Ray said, "This hit home, Lisa. My daughter too now lives far away and sometimes really needs to talk and to listen. The conversations aren't always easy and they often are not at a convenient time, but I'm so very grateful to be able to give her a hug even via phone. Ultimately, I get a hug too." There's seriously beautiful, beautiful ideas that are shared here. One more says from Dana, says, "I spent time with my husband last night, watching our favorite show and talking about anything and everything that was on our minds. I have a chronic illness that limits my energy, and my husband works full-time and helps around the house. We barely have any time for just us. I think the happy success list is a great idea. It also might reframe what I think about things I have to do versus what I want to do. Thanks, Danielle and Step," which is so fun. So I won't read all of the comments now, but you can go to the post and skim through those and then share your own happy success that you've had. What we're trying to do here is help the people here at Learn to Become, who are part of our community, to be able to get things done appropriately, to get rid of the piles, to be able to have productive, efficient ways to manage tasks and projects and papers and things like that, but also to be able to focus on the things that really matter. Because at the end of the day, it's how I feel about my husband and our children, and it's how I'm doing as a daughter and a sister and a friend. And personally, I feel like it's ultimately if I'm doing the work that will help serve God. So when we can get the stuff under control and then focus on our mission and our relationships and the work that we're uniquely meant to do, it's just beautiful. And can you imagine if everyone in the world had a streamlined system and didn't have any piles? And if we all knew how to manage the stuff coming at us? And if we could all be really mentally healthy and physically healthy and do all we can to create strong families, but not get down on ourselves if other people don't always do what we would love and expect? I see this beautiful vision of a world where we're genuinely happy and then we're able to serve and lift and love. So, may sound a little bit pie in the sky, but I think it's possible. Thanks so much for being with us today at Learn, Do, Become Radio. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Come to the show notes page and you can find the posts that I shared and go read them or leave comments. And we would love for you to share a review or rate our podcast on iTunes. That would be so helpful to us. We have never really asked our community to do that. And we would love to be able to have you share and let us know if you like what we're doing here at Learn, Do, Become. Have an amazing day and take care of yourself and your family as you architect your life of excellence. See you soon at learndobecome.com.